Hey guys, we have a brand new banner in Dragon Ball Legends, but is it worth the crystals? Before we go any further, if you haven't hit the subscribe button yet down below, make sure to do that, and let's talk about it right now. Okay, so before we get into the characters that are actually in the banner, whether the banner is worth it or not, two major things to take note of. There is no daily discount on this banner whatsoever. You will have to pay 100 for a single and 1,000 for a consecutive, and there's no bonus to doing consecutive. So keep that in mind. The other thing to keep in mind, this is only around for 2 days. So the rest of today and all of tomorrow, and then it's gone. So if you do want to summon on this, you're going to have to do it pretty quick. If you need to get some crystals, if you need to grind them up, whatever you need to do, get them pretty fast. So now let's go ahead and look at the featured characters real quick, and some things to take note of here. This Goku is top tier or very, very high mid tier. He's sort of right on that bubble. This Vegeta is absolutely top tier, and then this Bardock is arguably the best character in the game. Some people would put him as second best, but he is definitely top tier. He's absolutely a character you want if you don't have him. This Goku is not top tier. He's barely middle tier at this point, the very bottom of middle tier. He does have a lot of flexibility, and he's got good synergies with lots of different characters, so he's a good bench unit if you do pull him. And then this Vegeta is really starting to show his age. He does reasonably good blast damage, but outside of that, he's super fragile. He can't bring much else to the team other than buffing Saiyan Blast. So those are the 5 featured sparking units in this. They are 1% apiece. Let's go ahead and back out, and we'll look at the other characters in the Z-Power list here. And we go down, we see these 5. So just to recap real quick, these top 3 you absolutely want. Number 4 here, this Goku. He's not bad to grab if you don't already have him 5 or 6 starred. And the Vegeta, he may get buffed in the future. We'll see what happens to a lot of the older characters that aren't being used anymore. Now, as we go through here, we're going to notice a couple things. There are not a lot of good extreme characters in here. There is the... so Frost is cool if you're going for certain things that are not related to PvP. Like his main ability is really good if you're trying to just get a huge value in Rising Rush. You're trying to go for some type of like world record Rising Rush, but most people won't care about that. These 2 androids are reasonable if you're running an android team and you're just trying to buff their Z ability. And then if we go down here, obviously this Trunks could go on a hybrid team as a bench unit. And then the 2 major things are this Extreme 18 right here is awesome, and then there's 2 more androids down here to help buff your android team if you are going for that. So I would say there's no extreme unit that's absolutely a must-have to grab. It's not like there's a Master Roshi in here, there's no Zarbon in here, there's no Dodoria. So that's sort of what's holding this banner back a little bit more, because it does have 3 amazing characters, 1 not absolute trash character, and then 1 character that you don't care about too much. So in my opinion, this is a 3-star Dragon Ball banner for sure if you do not have Bardock or Super Vegeta or the blue uppercut Goku. If you do have one of them or 2 of them, this is still a banner that I would probably spend between 100 and 500 crystals on, just to see if you get lucky. If you happen to get lucky and pull one of these, it's worth it. It really does suck that they don't have daily summons. So 3-star Dragon Ball banner, spend up to 3,000 crystals if you don't have any of these units. If you have 1 or 2 of them, spend 1 to 500 crystals just to see if you get lucky. And I wouldn't spend any after that, because then you're really only chasing 1 to 2 units. One thing to keep in mind as I talk about how good a unit is and how quickly it'll fall off is how it's going to deal with power creep. This Bardock has an ability that is good regardless of how much damage he's doing or how much damage he's taking, sort of his ability to lock in and stop switches. So that is, I wouldn't say immune to power creep, but that makes him a lot less susceptible to power creep. These top 2 are essentially just beat sticks, so they're stat machines that do a lot of damage right now. As power creep sets in, they will fall off a lot faster than the Bardock will. So that's just something to keep in mind as you start to pull for these guys, and think about, do I want to pull for these units that have been out for a little while and they're going to start getting power crept? They're all still very good units right now, but that's something you need to think about, is how quickly they're going to lose their value. So this is a 3-star Dragon Ball banner. The only thing keeping it from a 4-star is that we need either a 4th sparking unit who is viable in PvP. I wouldn't say these bottom 2 are truly viable in PvP, or an extreme unit who would be viable. So if we had all of this and then Master Roshi was in the extremes, or Dodoria and Zarbon, then I would say it's probably, or even the Frieza really, it's probably worth it to try and pull on this banner even beyond 3,000 crystals. But in the current state, 3,000 crystals, stop there if you don't get what you want. And that's really all there is to this banner. If you guys have any questions, comments, you think something should be changed, something's wrong, throw it down below, let's talk about it. And if you guys like this content, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.